Hey fam, what's good? I hope that you're well and keeping safe. Welcome back to another one, right? So today I just would like to do a demonstration of what I made mention in my previous content, right? When I say that there is some playground, right, some playroom whatsoever, you can find yourself taking advantage of that, right? You don't need to trade each and every single day. One trade, two trades per week, that is all you need, right? That is more than enough. And to those who haven't found themselves watching my previous content, wondering, why do you have these color shadings, right? I will advise you to stick to the end of this video and make sure to go check out my Sunday breakdown. This is where you will have an understanding to where I basically came out with these color gradings over here, right? But let's do the following, right? Let's scale to our lower time frames. Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Welcome to XM Brokerage, your gateway to the financial markets. When you sign up with XM, we're not just giving you a platform, we're giving you a boost. Enjoy a 100% deposit bonus to start your trading with a bang. That's right, double your investment. XM offers a diverse range of trading instruments to suit your strategy. Whether you're a seasonal trader or just starting out, you'll find something that match your interest. Our advanced trading platforms is designed to empower you with real-time data, customizable charts, and powerful tools. Trade with confidence and precision, knowing that you have the technology to support your every move. Ready to start off your trading adventure? Visit the link in my bio and remember, your 100% bonus is waiting for you. Join us today and unlock your potential. Just to put it out there, when signing up, you are also finding yourself supporting our channel. So see you on the other side. Much love from me, your boy D. I'm out. So I always say that, guys, listen, once we're gonna find ourselves tapping within these areas, right, you need to make sure that you wait for a change in market structure before you're gonna find yourself looking for any long opportunities. Right now, today was pretty clean since we have found ourselves creating this gap right over there, right? And as you guys know, if we are gonna find ourselves creating somewhat of a gap, right, we know that we need to come and fill the gap. Right? So now you basically know that you have a clean, playground. So if I can maybe just find myself doing the following, right, and just box out that right there, I'm gonna remove this line, as this was our sell side liquidity. Once again, if you don't have a clue why that line was there, make sure to go check out our previous content, right? So in overall, you would basically have your eye out on this area, but you don't necessarily have to find yourself trading all the way up till this area, right? If you can have that 1-to-2 ratio clean stuff, you know what, if you can have that 2-to-3 clean stuff, if you can have a runner in, clean stuff as well. All right, so as we can basically see, we have found ourselves tapping within our point of interest, right? So first of all, we have found ourselves tapping within this area right over here, the first region, right? And once again, guys, listen, we have found ourselves leaving what? We have found ourselves leaving that BOB right over there. And as you guys can see, we had a clean retest within this area, and we had some beautiful longs opening up, right? So ultimately, all you want to find yourself doing is just have your actual, your trade below your BOB, because ultimately, if we are finding ourselves having a closure below this area, we are turning this area to an area of supply, right? So a clean 30 pips for a nice little 60 pip move back into those highs. As we can see, these highs, they are quite sus, right? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Right? Those highs, they look quite sus. And when I say sus, you know what? They are quite relatively equal. So those are an actual, or that is an actual area to where you can find yourself targeting price. And look at that. That was a clean respec from that area onwards, right? If I can go on the 1 minute time frame and just point out to you guys, check this out. Right, so this whole area over here is basically our BOB. This area over here is an actual area of demand we have found ourselves creating, right? So if we can go on a lower time frame, this is where we will see that we had this high, and then we have found ourselves creating that actual higher high right over there. We have this low, lower low, and you know what, that is that actual higher low we have found ourselves creating over there. We don't want to see price take out that higher low. Why? Because then we will simply find ourselves changing market structure back to bearish, right? Changing it to an area of supply on the higher time frame, right? So we had a clean area of demand, a BOB right over there, which you could have found yourself taking advantage of our first point of interest, the tap into it, right? And then you know what, the exact same thing when it comes down to our second point of interest, which is this area right over here. All right, so there we can see we had a clean tap on the 1 minute once again, right? Once again, let's do the following. So once again, right, same thing as what happened previously. We find ourselves leaving this BOB, right, changing market structure. On a lower time frame, you would basically be able to see that this over here is basically a correction on a lower time frame. There we have the closure above, so all you wait for is the retest so that you can find yourself, you know what, taking price all the way up. And once again, you know what, you don't want to see price have a closure below your BOB, right? So you can have that actual 60 pip target whatsoever, those highs right over there, which is pretty clean. If you are having somewhat of, you know what, a target above price, you know what, these highs, once again, they are all looking quite sus, right? So they are all equal highs. So you know what, if you wanted to find yourself targeting price all the way up to those equal highs, that is a clean 200 pip towards the upside, right? You could have found yourself just chilling it out, or you know what, swinging it out, I guess. Right, so a clean 200 pip from our point of interest right over there. You know what, you could have had a different approach as well, right, from this area onwards. So there we basically had that beautiful, or if we can look at the lows, low, lower low, right? Did we find ourselves having that closure above the high? Did we? Let me just make this perfectly, just like that. Right there, right? We had the closure above. So this could have been another actual area to where you could have found yourself entering price, right? Having that beautiful longs coming through right over there on that actual BOB, that, and ultimately you want to have your stops below your breaker, right, which is this swing point right over there. So you know what, on this trade you would have found yourself risking a little bit more, right? Hey, my apologies if you guys can find yourself hearing the noise at the in the background, right? But this would be a breaker right over there. So you know what, that beautiful 1-to-2 ratio was something that you could have found yourself securing once again, right? And if you wanted to find yourself targeting those all, well, these equal highs right over there, you know what, a whole 180 odd pips could have been within your actual you know what, inside your journal, right? So this is just a little demonstration of what I mean when I am boxing out my higher time frame magnets, right, waiting for that change in market structure, and then find myself, you know what, participating in with price. So you know what, two clean opportunities find itself opening up over the course of today. I'm still excited for this coming week, right? And I hope each and every single one of you who has been watching my content is basically finding themselves taking advantage of what we are, you know what, trying to teach, because all of these things, they are for free, or not trying to teach, right, but these are free material that I am finding myself sharing with each and every single one of you, right? And if you are going to look at the H2 time frame, once again, right, the same thing as what we have seen on our lower time frame, we can see that we are having that beautiful low, lower low. So what are you waiting for next? You are basically waiting for that actual higher high, wait for some sort of an actual pullback within an actual magnet, wait for that change in market structure, so that you can potentially find yourself looking for some further continuation moves back towards the upside, right? But if we aren't gonna find ourselves having that closure above, there's still that possibility of us coming all the way back down, then have another change in market structure, so that we can find ourselves filling up the gap right over there, right? So to those who haven't found themselves watching my content, please make sure you are finding yourself going through it, right? Watch all the content. Sunday's content, the previous Sunday, the Sunday before that one, right? And literally go into the charts, see the areas that we have found ourselves boxing out. Did price have somewhat of a reaction from it? Can you find yourself identifying it? Can you find yourself taking advantage of it? Because ultimately, you know what, my actual trading literally remain the same all the time when it comes down to our entry method, right? And if you want to know more when it comes down to the entry method, there is a playlist called most recent. Find yourself going through it, watch my entry content, right? And you will have a better understanding of where I come from when it comes down to my entry methodology, right? Guys, listen, all of these things is literally for free, right? And once again, it's not just a teaching thing, right? But this is just simply my outlook. I can be wrong. I don't care if I am wrong at times, because that is how it is when it comes down to trading. No one is 1,000% correct at all times, and that is one thing you guys need to find yourself taking away as well, right? But nonetheless, safe trade fam. It's me, your boy D. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm out.